Hey guys, for the purpose of time, I'm going to sound like an absolute pipsqueak here, but I thought I would put it at a speed where you guys can understand what I'm saying, but also it's quick enough where the video isn't going to last forever. But basically, here are some travel do's and don'ts. I do leave a couple of good nuggets at the very end, so make sure to stay tuned. At the end, I'll give you the biggest do's and don'ts of traveling as a table tennis player or as a table tennis coach. This is speaking from the other side of Miami, and I will let you enjoy the video now.
Hey, what is up? I'm heading to Miami, guys, in less than a week. It is now Tuesday night and Saturday morning. Very, very early. I'm going to be heading to Miami! And I'm heading there for a coaching trip. I'm going to be in Broward Table Tennis Club for a week and a half. And then I'm going to play a tournament for 3 days, which I'm actually very worried about because, well, it's not going to be, whatever my results are is what I was going to get anyway. But the last 3 weeks non-stop, I've been pretty sick. Probably hear my throat's a bit, it's a bit crap. But in Melbourne right now, it is absolutely freezing. It has been under 10 degrees every day for the last 2 months, so it hasn't been fun. But I'm so excited to come to Miami where it's going to be hot. And we're going to start packing right here. So you see, there's my Olympic suitcase. We might use this one, the one from, shit, my room's messy now from clean, Tokyo 2020. Or I might actually go to the one here and use the one from Rio 2016. Probably I'll use that one because you'll see that my other Olympic, the suitcase that I got in the second Olympics, yeah, you can see through it, which is annoying. It's like, I don't know, it's a great suitcase, but why do they make it like that? Why did Crumpler make a suitcase where people can just see through all your shit? You got my rubbers there that are being boosted. Obviously, my house is an absolute mess. My girlfriend's coming in later, so hopefully she can help me out a bit. But yeah, I'm so excited. It seems like every year since I stopped playing table tennis, every year I'm getting invited over to a country per year to help out with their training camps. Last year I went to Samson Dubina's club in Ohio. This time, obviously, I'm off to Miami for a week and a half, coaching in Broward Table Tennis Club, a tournament, and then I'm going to be doing a coaching camp in Naples Pong with my good friend Jeff Yamada. We're going to be the 2 head coaches. And if you don't already know Jeff, here are some crazy points. Jeff was a Brazilian national champion. I remember when I was 16, very young, playing World Junior Championships, seeing Jeff. Jeff is actually one of those professionals who used to be a pen holder. He then changed to shakehand, which is extremely impressive. To still be a pro and be a Brazilian national. Brazil's a very strong country. This is obviously before Hugo's time, but still, Brazil is very strong. So if you haven't already seen Jeff, then here's me and good mate Jeff having a few good rallies. Right here. Packing time! Alright, what I'm going to do with packing time, got all my clean clothes here, my dirty clothes there. The good thing is I will be able to not bring too many clothes because I'll have washing being in a hotel. But I thought I'd give you guys a glimpse of what it is like to travel. Yeah, these are just some of my fondest memories as a player. I went to the Men's World Cup, which is a Grand Slam. It's much more prestigious than it used to be. Went to the Olympics, went to play with one of my table tennis idols, Timo Boll. As an Olympian, used to get invited to Olympic dinners every single year. You always boost rubbers, that's for sure. And yeah, you also Commonwealth Games for Aussie people and people in the Commonwealth. You obviously meet, it's a drenched photo, but I used to get to meet idols in Olympics like Rafa Nadal that I grew up thinking, this guy's cool, I want to be a fighter and a hero like him one day. So yeah, because we got to Miami, I thought I'd give you guys a glimpse of what it's like traveling as a professional athlete. But now I guess I classify myself as a professional coach, since that's a huge part of how I make my living. And I help club levels like you guys, which you see through my YouTube, Instagram, school community. If you're not already part of my school community, click in the description below. That's where I have my most exclusive content. And I've got a free community where you get coaching from me. I literally help you analyze the matches, figure out where you're losing points. As simple as it sounds, no coaches out there do video analysis for their players. And how the hell are you supposed to help them fix their problems, get better results, without figuring out, dissecting where they're going wrong, and teaching them how to practice? It's one thing for a lot of players to be good and know how to do it themselves. Out there in the coaching world, you've got a lot of coaches that pretend they know it, and they haven't actually been good themselves, and they're trying to preach all this stuff. It's like, dude, you didn't even know it yourself when you're teaching. And they actually a lot of them can do a good job of getting play from A to B, but very soon they start to be beyond their scope of what is possible. Like, I got to a level of 61 in the world. Like, my level was probably, like top 150 in the world, which is really good, but I'm not qualified to teach Kanak Jha. I'm not qualified to teach, the Hugo Calderano, so I never got to that level. That's how I see it, right? But even being 150 in the world, 200, being better than most players will ever be as a table tennis player, it's another thing to be able to teach other people how to get results. Because people come to you for coaching, that's what they're really coming for. The fact that you're a good player, in their eyes, it screams that you know what it's like, you understand it. But actually, a lot of good players fail to teach club level players, which is why they fail to teach from the position that they're at. So in my eyes, that's what good coaching is. You're able to get someone else results. And really, that's why I started being a professional coach again. After I quit table tennis in 2022, I really did not miss the sport. I needed a break. And to this day, one of my jobs is to sell personal training at a very high-end studio. I love the people, I love it, but obviously I'm drifting into being a professional coach. I've got clients online, I've got a community on school. And it's really, pros themselves know how to practice to fix their problems, but they don't actually teach other players how to do it, which is kind of sad. And it's why I started what I started. So if you're one of my clients online, if you're one of my school community, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not already, jump on, it's literally free, and you get to see what I'm talking about. And you get to experience some wins for yourself. You have me break down your problems from where you're at. It's not for everyone. It's if you're a keen, passionate table tennis player at a club level, it's definitely for you. In the meantime, back to the vlog. So when we go packing here, we're definitely going to pack obviously underwear and socks. We're going to pack my table tennis racket, which I don't know where it is at this very moment. We have to glue these rackets. Rackets you always want to carry on board with you. You never want to have it in the luggage. It's a bit risky to do that because it can smash around. And your luggage may not arrive. It's never happened to me in my 15 years of travel, but it can happen. So because I'm going from 5-degree weather all the way until 33 degrees, 35, I'm going to bring all my singlets. So I live in this apartment by myself, and yeah, all my, basically 80% of my stuff is at my parents' house. So I grew up in my parents' house, which is about 30 minutes from here where I live, and I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to wear singlets again. My throat's killing me right now, so it's like I'm screaming to get back into the summer. I'll spend a whole month away from Melbourne, which is great, because as much as I love Melbourne, the only thing I don't love is, is how cold it gets in winter. It's an uncomfortable. Those who've been to Melbourne, it's not as cold as Sweden or Europe, a lot of countries in the world, but it's more of a nasty kind of cold. So this is a private personal training studio gym that I sell at. I sell one-on-one coaching, and this is the entrepreneur. This is my good friend Mark, who I work for. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. If you're like a table tennis player or any athlete going, how do I get specific for my sport? How do I get stronger? Guys like these are the ones you want helping you. I will help you when it's table tennis related, but nothing but gym. What else? I believe it's time to start packing. So let's do a bit of a time lapse. So when it comes to decisions in my life, I'm a pretty, let's just decide quickly, and if it's not the best decision, it's fine. But right now I'm feeling that paralysis. Do I carry this one? Or do I take this one with me? And it's like, yeah, I think let's take this one, man. This one is it's got all my mobile number and stuff, but that's alright. If I get a few spam texts here and there, I can live with it. But we're basically going to be here. And basically I'm coming back to this house in a month, so not having travelled for almost a year now, it's definitely a new experience from being always on the road as a pro athlete to now, like, hey, I'm travelling probably once or twice a year. When I do it, I travel for a good month. And, Australia is one of those countries where it's so far from the rest of the world. The guys here were like, well, if we get you over, it's so expensive, we're paying for your flights, we're paying for you to be there. We may as well get you over for at least 3 weeks. I was like, great. My boss Mark was not happy, but yeah, I'll definitely... Normally, my day-to-day, I will spend all my time trying to build the school community, help my clients one-on-one, sell personal training. So I literally sleep 8 hours a day, eat shit, and that's it. And then every other minute is literally spent building my school community, making vlogs like this, or, selling personal training. And if I can get 2-3 gym sessions a week, 2-3 sessions of tennis, that's a great week. So to be able to finally go to the US, coach for 5 hours a day, and have the rest of the day free to myself is unbelievable. So I look forward to wearing a lot more summer clothes like these, really thin tracksuits. Really thin tracksuits, which I don't get to wear in the Australian winter, which lasts for quite like 3, 4, 5 months. So that's the first bit of excitement. Let's go. Might even bring some of my old Olympic shirts. I'm obviously an international guest, so I want to look the part as well. I'm going to wear some of my Tokyo 2020 playing shirts. I'm going to put shirt 1 in there, obviously fold it clean later. Start to bring some towels. I might have to hit some balls as well. I definitely will have to hit some balls with some good players. We'll bring my second playing shirt in from Tokyo. Towel, got my Rio jacket. So I did go to 2 Olympics, Rio and Tokyo. So we'll bring the competition shirts from Rio Olympics as well. So to be able to have these shirts, can you guys believe that Rio 2016 Olympics was literally 8 years ago? Can you believe that? I freaking cannot believe that. That's when I played my first Olympics, and here's what I look like today as a 30-year-old, and here's what I look like as a 22-year-old back at my first Olympics in Rio. As you guys can see, I look young as fuck. Anyway, here's more Olympic shirts, which I'll be wearing for most sessions. I mean, I have been to the Olympics twice, so you definitely want to, especially you don't want to be constantly bragging about it, you do want to show that you have authority in the sport, and table tennis is definitely one of those things where I worked my whole life towards it. So Commonwealth Games, the 2 Commonwealth Games I went to, the 2 Olympics I went to, let's, if now's not the time I wear these shirts, then I guess when is? All these shirts, so funny story, a lot of these shirts are way too big. They're like real extra large, and back in 2016, 2014, 2018, 2020, when I played those Olympics and Commonwealth Games, those shirts were always way too big for me. Because my Asian mum was always like, that shirt's so big for you, you're going to grow into them. And it's like, I did stop growing at a certain point. And actually, when I played those games, the shirts didn't really fit. They were too big, I had to tuck them in a lot and really tight. But now that I've spent the last 2 years building a lot of muscle mass, they actually do fit. So that's the funny thing, I'm putting like 4 kilos, which is a lot, 4 kilos of lean muscle mass since stopping being a table tennis player. Being a tennis player now, I coach table tennis, but I play tennis competitively. You can't afford to put on more muscle mass than when you're a table tennis player, that's for sure. But I do think a lot of table tennis players, they burn so much from training for 2-3 times a day, but they can definitely get away with being stronger and being a little bit bigger, that's for sure. So when you're traveling, the last thing that you want to forget are your jocks, just because that's going to be shit, no pun intended. It's going to be a piece of piss and a bit of shit, no pun intended. Socks as well. You definitely don't, I'm pretty pedantic about socks. I like socks that I don't like ankle socks. I like these socks that, they're long enough, they feel comfortable. They're probably the first thing that I pack. And I do like these. I really do like the suitcase because it can fit a lot. I don't like the suitcase with different sections, you know what I mean? Like, when suitcases have, like, that section, I hate it because, I'll show you. Like, when I have another section here, and I hate it, but I like it, but I hate it because it just gives me indecision fatigue. The worst thing I hate is indecision as well. I like to be very clear and simple on what to do. I'm a pretty simple person, as much as I'm an emotional one. So, here we go. Actually, I probably won't show you guys these things, but I will pack a good amount of jocks and socks first.
So, this is what I would carry on the plane, not checked in, on the plane. And what you want to carry on the plane is your table tennis rackets. You never want that to be on the checked in luggage, which is here. The other one is laptop, as well as a spare pair of underwear, shirts and shorts and all that. Just because, what if your checked baggage doesn't arrive? I've always had good luck, but there's always a small chance that your checked baggage won't arrive, and you want to be well prepared. In your checked baggage is obviously where you're going to keep all your stuff, like your underwear and stuff, because you get 20, 30 kilos of it. And here are some friends that I'm going to miss for a month.